Okay, so today's joys is a Apple II Plus, which I gained fairly recently. I remember Apple IIs from bits. Slightly bad bit of the camera because this thing is a monster, huge. So it's come with a couple of floppy disks, whether they work or not, who knows. Disc 1, don't have any Apple discs, but whatever. Disc 2, and yeah, I think I'm not going to power this on directly due to the reefer caps. I think reefer caps in the power supply, which based on the fact that this is probably from 1981, I guess, for the Apple II Pluses. It's not going to be, well, to be honest, I don't particularly want a bad smell and a sort of bang hanging around, well, a bit of a bang and a bad smell and smoke in my room or in the house. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I really do not have enough room here. So, what is this attached to? I guess it's the joy of Apple II cables where right, let's put that out of the way. Let's move my mouse before turn off the screen, turn off the recording. It's dusty in there. Right, so guess what I really want to do. So got a video output which I'm not going to use. Got I think there's a black and white monitor which I've got downstairs. Oh, there's a bit of dust in here. I think I'm going to have to de-dust this, but what I really want to do is let's just unplug floppy disks, because otherwise this thing's going to be a nightmare to deal with. Come on, let go. Right, that makes life a bit easier without these floppy disks. Always made me wonder. Oops, where was this? Get on the floor behind me. Did actually always wonder about these. About why they had the connector. I guess with the slots makes things so hard to move around. You think rather than have external slots, you'd think stick slot here, have a connectors back here, not stick it in and put it around the side. God, these things are heavy. That'll be a trip hazard for later. So I think, how on earth is... Oh, hang on a second. I have just realised this is 115 volts. That is not great. This must be a US import. Okay. I'm now thinking. Okay, I'm gonna have to get another power supply for this. Oh, that's not what I was expecting to do. Ah, bugger. Well, it's fortunate I didn't plug this straight in. Is there anything on there? So we've got on, off. So it's an Aztec power supply. Oh, come on, it's focused. I was looking at that. Oh, hang on. Let's turn this around. So yeah, okay. 115 volts, 6. Oops. Damn it. Oh, come on, focused. Hello, focused. Anyway, this say 115 volts, 60 hertz. This was focused a second ago. Bloody rubbish camera. So yeah, this is focusing. Focus on the front. Focus. Oh, there we go. No. 115 volts, 60 hertz. Okay. Oh, so we've got a model number on the back anyway. A251016. Oh, okay, so they literally just cross over off the back. Right. Let's. Whoever this was had lots of joys of labels. What does that say? Oh, Hearn and Partners Management. So that's obviously who originally owned this. What on earth? What the hell is that? Oh wow. Okay. There's actually a little RF modulator fixed in the side of this. How very interesting. That was not expected. Didn't know these had RF modulators. There's some kind of composite out which looks like it comes off the motherboard. I think I read some stuff that it doesn't have a video circuit, but it uses a bunch of chips, which I'll guess somewhere around here, to do the video signal. What I do have, which I've now misplaced, oh there it is, I do have, for what I will do for video signals, is a carefully get this out, a 80 DVI, so a video board, so that a Pico based one, so at least when I do actually get this working I can get video off of it, but that's a little bit annoying. Okay, on to something else. Might paste this video just as a slight introduction, and then we'll move on to the next stage when I get the next bits and the follow-up video. I know it's a little bit boring, I'm sorry. Well, it would have been very much more entertaining if I'd actually plugged this in. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and this may be part of the first video, or I may just join it into one big video. I've lost the mouse. That's key.
A few moments later.
We're back again. So, based on the previous bit of video I just done, the plot thickens with these things, as it turns out, from Mark making it for videos. He's just said to me that it seems that these power supplies can actually be converted to 230 volts with either removing a wire or adding a wire. Okay, now, as this dates back to 1981, did the original owners of this, or the company that sold it to the original owners, import this Apple II, obviously from the US, or as the Apples were brought over, did they actually convert this to 230 volts, 50 hertz, or 230 volts basically, or did they have a step down transformer, which was step up, step down, conversion, whatever, to convert 230 or 240, I guess back in 1981, so the voltage was dropped to 220, 230 nowadays, I guess. Did they actually convert this to 115? Sorry, what am I talking about? Not 115. Did they convert this to 230 from 115? So, I think the next step is to basically get this power supply out and have a look. Now, lots of people people, Adrian's Digital Basement, obviously, who does a lot of Apple II stuff. He's done a lot of stuff with taking apples out. I'm actually my workspace here, which I've got this camera on, is basically just my desk, which I do my normal work from, and it's got my desktop PC and stuff on it. So I actually don't have a real workbench at the moment to do stuff because I haven't cleared the space. I haven't got space to do it at the moment. So what I'm going to do is stop this video here, get this power supply out. God damn thing's riveted. Okay, I'm going to drill out the rivets, which I'm not going to show because that is probably not going to be a great thing to actually see, especially me with a drill, which is possibly not the best health and safety based thing, probably. And also I'm probably going to do it in the garden because I don't want bits of metal shards everywhere. Yeah, so let's get this power supply out and have a look.
20 minutes later.
Actually, something else I just spotted whilst I was trying to get the power supply out. It looks like the underlying keyboardy thing here has actually been bent as well. So that's going to be another bit of joy. I have to strip all that out and actually try to unbend it and see what's actually broken here. Because obviously I guess at some point something has been rested on top and has essentially broke the keyboard a bit. So yeah, this has turned out to be more work than I was expecting.
A few moments later.
Okay, power supply's out. We've got the screws, and now for whatever reason, because of obviously Apple do not want you, so it shows you how bad Apple have been since their original days, where basically they don't want everything to go to dealers so they can actually make more money. So it looks like the Steve Jobs legacy lives on. But yeah, so what we're going to do is hang on. Okay, we're going to play drill versus power supply. I'm not going to video this because I haven't got enough hands, and if I try to use one hand and record this, it's going to, I think some bad things will happen, probably involving A&E and hospitals. I'd rather not do that. So back soon.
20 minutes later.
Right, one slightly screwed out, so I took the head off the rivet because that'd be easier. May have applied a little bit too much pressure on the other side, so yeah, that's quite funny really. So hopefully this should, okay, I can see that's come off that side. Might need to apply a little bit of pressure. Let's find something to apply some pressure with, and we'll apply the pressure with a big screwdriver. Oh, that's off that side. It's back on that side. So that's off. This should certainly be off on this side. And does this sort of, how does this come off? Oh, it's a base, isn't it? Oh, there we go. There's a base. Ooh, that does not smell nice. Ooh, God, crud under the keyboard of my desk. I don't see that. So, yeah, that's what are these reefer things? Somebody mentioned reefers. What on earth? Oh, so there seems to be, it looks like something died in the power supply. Oh, there's a little bit of rivet left there. Oh, hammer that out. Okay, for the moment, let's just get whatever that was. Ooh. Okay. It looks like this is part of the reefer caps. So I was just trying to work out what this, but I thought it was like bits of insects. But there's a little bit there that says two. Oops, can't see it there. It's writing on it says a 250 volt something. So this seems to be a bit of something. Let's get rid of that. Just stick that in the bin. So clean this up afterwards. So I've just got a magnifying thing here. So got some things. Whatever those things are, I have absolutely no idea what they are. Oh, sorry, that's a bit too much. Let's turn that light down slightly so it doesn't overdo it. So some big capacitors. Oh, a couple of those wiggle bit. Oh, actually, it says it here. So there's a transistor, some description, something. Ooh, and I think I know why they've stopped using this, because it looks like there's some scorch marks over there. Okay, so let's see if I take. Okay, well, I've got there's an earth over there. Okay, so how does this seem to go in? Not to make this easy to deal with. There's oh, okay, so I should be able to unplug things. Black, red. Okay. Earth. Switch. Okay, so that goes into there. So the earth against the case. Oh wow, there it is. Explodey thing. Something's gone bang in here. Yep, have a look at that. You can see that has gone. Whoops. Bang. So that's one of them. So we've got a fuse down there. And somewhere in here. How do you make this 240 volts? So I'm just trying to work this out. Okay, so reefer thing, something. Is that Borgi capacitor? So this is an Aztec power supply. Okay. No idea what any of these other things are. Oops, sorry. Camera. Okay. So is that? Black and God, there's scorch marks. There are scorch marks in here. Okay, just going to pause this. Let's see if I can get this out.
Later.
Okay, so managed to extract it. Nothing looks too bad underneath, but one thing I did find is obviously this has been turned on at some point, and the see it, the reefer capacitor thing, whatever, I can't remember what it actually does. There's lots of other videos that state stuff, but the reefer capacitor there has exploded. So boom, it went. Fortunately, it wasn't me that done it, so I didn't get the ultimate. Everything else, none of the caps here look sort of swollen or anything. I guess there's lots of capacitors, rectifiers and other bits and pieces. There's a couple of little brown bits on the board, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. I have to clean it up. So going to order a replacement. There's also actually somebody left the switch on. So it looks like somebody did turn it on to see what happened, and it went bang. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this is 115 volts. It seems that these were converted to 230 volts by removing a bridging wire, which is let's turn this around so I can see. Where's it gone? Here there's a can't really see this too well. Focus. So here to here. Now, interestingly, the diagram for this actually shows there's just a bridge wire that goes here across to here somewhere, which you can't see. But weirdly, it goes into that. So I'm wondering whether at some point I'll unscrew this and find out what it actually is, because if it's not needed, I'll take it off. But I'm actually wondering whether this was originally, or there might be underneath this, a little switch which actually denotes whether it's 115 or 230. So basically, by basically not making the circuit, so maybe there's a little switch in there that doesn't make the circuit, so that this then isn't 115 but 230. But that's according to what I've seen. So while doing a little bit, or while I'll just unscrew this to see if there's actually anything there, to find out exactly what it is, because it's not listed on any diagrams I've seen, and it's not in any videos I've seen either. So yeah, okay, we'll come back to that in a little bit, in a while.
One eternity later.
Right, back again. So started recording the first part of the video about a month or so ago, but I've had other things going on, so I haven't had the time, sort of busy work stuff and things. Anyway, back to this Apple power supply. So I have since acquired a reefer thing, whatever it does. So it does something, whatever, anyway, it does something, which I'll put in. I said before, capacitors and stuff all fairly look okay in here. We've got the exploded bit. So I just want to have a look at this thing again. So I was thinking about this. So being that this was in Britain, so just what I was going to do is, as this goes across to this bit here, I'm actually thinking that what this actually is, that was actually a 115 to 220 or 110 to 220 switch in there. So where I was saying, obviously you've just watched a bit of video where I said if oh bloody hell, what was I saying? I was saying if this is bridged, that was it, then it's 220 volts, no, 110 volts. So if there's a connection there, it's 110 volts. If the connection's broken, it is 220. So I was thinking about this. So what we could actually do in this case, we get a, hang on, that's continuity. Is that continuity? Nope. Nope, that's diode. That's continuity. So somewhere, it's just a bit awkward to see because I really don't have stuff here to zoom in properly. unfortunately, at the moment. But okay, let's just do this. Oh, I can't see it. Anyway, there's several connectors underneath there. I need a torch. And then, oh, actually, I'll say what. Let me just pause this one sec. Okay, hopefully a bit more light. So, it's awkward. There you go. So, just under, whoops, see it. Let's take the probe. So, just down in there, there's a couple connectors. So, I think that, well, as I said, this is a 110 220 volt switch. So what I think they've done is put it a blanking plate off, because let's see if I can wedge this in. Oh, it's awkward to see this. Let's actually check this is still on doing. Yep. Right, so if I can connect, it's awkward. Let's try from this side. Let's get underneath the wire. Oh, come on. Right, I think that's, nope. Awkward. There's a wire there. So I should be able to wedge there. I think that's got it. Ah, oh, no way. Just the end of these probes make it a little bit awkward. Come on, get under there. Right, so if I touch over here somewhere, it should not. Okay, so maybe I'd see. Well, it's not touching. If I touch over here, okay, so the bottom of that, I'm not touching the probe, but the bottom of where I've managed to wedge it. But if I touch on this side, there's nothing here. Let's do something a little white one. So there's 3 bits here. So it looks like this has actually been set to by removing that bridge there. It set it to 220 for this power supply, and yeah, so I think we're okay. So what I should be able to do is remove this reefer. I'll probably have to have this little brush around this area, then I can install the new one. So yeah, rather clean up and do that. So let me just pause this because I need to turn on the solder remover. Right, so got solder remover. My desoldering gun heated up to 390 centigrade, and as the only component on this far side here is here and here for the reef, so that's got to be the reefer, as it's the most right hand side. Yeah, right hand side. So trying to get this right way up on the board. So I should be able to just remove. There's a lot of solder here, so it's going to probably take a bit to heat up. Oh, this is a lot of solder. So quite heavy duty. It's going to take a bit of aggro to get this off. Let's try over here. I'll take a bit to wiggle this out. This is a huge amount of solder to melt. Let's try and do this a bit at a time, I think. Oh wow, this is certainly now, reefer's only got tiny, just looking at the reefer here, it's only got tiny pins on it, so this shouldn't be too much aggro to get this off. Let's try this bit over here again. Wow. This is going to take some effort. Okay, I think what I should do here is get some other, where's my solder gone? Let's get some different solder to see if we can actually help this along the way. Let me just pause this a moment. Alright, let's get some other solder here. Let's see if we can actually help make this, whoops, help melt this off. Come on. So I'm just going to just light over a bit so I can see what I'm doing a bit more. This is not really right. Let's just pause this. Let's try this again. This is not going as well as I was hoping. Come on. Okay, so it's warm enough. Oops. Trigger happy there. Come on. This is awkward. Okay, I think they folded the legs over. So yeah, so it looks like it made this really awkward because the legs have been folded over. So it makes it really awkward for to actually get this to melt. Wow. Oh, that's better. So I've managed to get an angle onto it, so looks like I may actually be managing to get it to melt slightly. Doesn't help the end. Oh, this is really fine solder, so it's actually quite awkward to get it. Whoops. Ha. Okay, so that's one. Nearly done. So we can get underneath this one here. No, from the camera angle, can't see very much. Trying to get solder to melt enough I can actually get underneath it. Oh, come on. Actually, I wonder. Let's not use that. Let's try some old leaded solder, see if I can get underneath it a little bit better. It actually bends so badly. That worked out a bit better. I haven't managed to clear the hole yet. Come on. Right. It's a little better. Might have to bend this up a bit. Right, just going to pause this here for a moment. Yeah, what I was going to do is just try to clip off the legs as close as I can, so I can actually get underneath it. Let's try not to burn myself on this very, very hot iron. Right, let me just pause this. Okay, I've managed to get underneath it and cut off the legs a bit, so hopefully I should be able to just clear that last bit of solder. Oops. Yeah, that. Okay, so that's cleared the holes a bit on that side. Let's just do this side here so it's clear. Come on. Whoops. Right, so hopefully that's cleared it enough that I can actually get this thing out now. Oh, I did unpause it. Ah, these things are so hard to work with. Right, so let's twist this around a bit. And there is our very, very dead reefer thing. So, what does it matter which way this goes round? I'll have to find that out before I stick the new one in. Okay, so that's out. I think I shall turn the solder remover off before I burn myself, because I know I'm just going to burn myself with it. And then what we'll do is, that looks quite manky underneath there. Let's find some. Okay, got a couple of used cotton buds here. I just want to. Damn it. Let's see if we can get underneath here a bit. So some scorch marks. Let's get some. Where's it gone? actually. This is to hand. Just get some isopropyl alcohol in there. We'll just have a good. God, that's strong. We'll scrub around under here. So if I just sprayed it everywhere, it's out of focus. Okay, so I can see a bit more. Everything else looks fairly clean underneath there. Oops, I sprayed a bit too much of this everywhere, but never mind. That's fairly clean. Let's just use this cotton bud here to get underneath there. Absorb some of this isopropyl alcohol, which I've just actually managed to spray far too much everywhere, it seems. Bloody hell, it's poured everywhere. Do I have any other used cotton buds, or do I actually find what I actually don't want to do that thing? Oh, here they are. Oops, clink. Okay. So fortunately, it doesn't look too bad under here, I have to say. Don't know what this thing is. I'm just cleaning. Whoops, can't quite see that. So I did that. It's got a camera. Not really bad there. But yeah. Anyway, this should be clean enough for my purposes. I'm going to have to clean this mat afterwards. My God, it's everywhere. But never mind. Right, I think I've cleaned enough damage up from underneath there. Let's just get one more. So seem to have got stuff everywhere. Anyway, never mind that. I'm just rambling at this moment. Right, so by the time I faff around the other stuff, it should have actually dried out. Okay, so right, just pause this a second. Right, sorry for any background buzzing. I realised I had the PC speakers on and it creates a bit of an annoyance. Right, got a reefer from what I... So, quick read. So, the unidirectional, not... because it's smoothed out AC mains, you can stick them in either way. I guess because a lot of the lettering on the motherboard, on the power supply board, train gets past, goes that way. So what I'm going to do is going to put the main part of the writing in that direction for want of anything. So I've heated up the soldering iron. I think because this was just using sort of proper leaded solder, I found I'm just going to use the leaded solder on that, which I've found handy. £1.99. How old is this? Anyway, I found it. It's in a drawer. I've randomly bought stuff. So what I should be able to do is I'll just move this out of the way. Oop, did I just turn it off? Yep. Let's stick our reefer in the hole. Come on. So, this power supply is so awkward. Right, we're on the hole. Let's just bend this in a direction so that this doesn't fold out. So that's in. And then what I hopefully should be able to do, so that's now in, is without getting solder and stuff everywhere. Do I need, actually let's just put a tiny bit of flux on for the sake of it. Here's my little screwdriver that I use for sticking flux on. I don't know. This one's close enough. This will do. So, not too worried about this particular stuff and cleaning. Oops, oh, come on, cleaning it off. So let's just stick a bit there. Bit on there. Come on. Ooh, bit too much on there. That should do it. Okay, so a bit of tissue around here. What do I do with a bit of tissue? I had that. Just clean this off here. Do. Right, where was I? Let's stick that there. Put that there. That's probably flat enough. That'll do, probably. And use our not very bendy solder, which hopefully my soldering iron will melt. Oh, come on, come on. Not. Yeah, so the wires fit folded in the proper way. Let's start this. Start this one on this side for want of anywhere. Well, that's a big blob of solder, but that should be okay. So let's try this one on this side now. And that should be a big enough blob of solder on that side. Actually, let's just blob it a little bit more because there was quite a bit on here before. And let's just do this side a bit more as well. Come on. Well, there we go. As is, I guess, carrying. Yeah. As this is carrying mains current. Let's just make sure that's properly covered. Okay, so that's done. Let's just unplug the soldering iron before I burn myself on that. Where can I stick this? Let's just stick this out of the way before I do burn myself. Oops. Things dropping. Right. So we've got a power supply. Let's move the solder out of the way. Don't need that here. Don't need that there. And what I should do is clip off the parts of this I don't need anymore. So that's one. Clink. And let's just clip that off there. Clink. Okay, so that's the reefer in there, which hopefully I've got it. Yep, that's actually okay. There's a bit of spider web there. Where did that come from? I have to clean everything around. I would have thought that would have gone. Right, so that looks to be okay. So what I hopefully should be able to do. Oh, there's a bit of dust underneath there. It's a bit of crud. Let's just use fingers. Why not? this is all not used to work on things so tight to get into. Let's just use a bit of alcohol, just clean that bit off. Not that anything's going to be looking back here again. Oh, not going to clean it off. Whatever, don't care. So, next bit is, let's see if I can wedge this back in again. To be able to test it. Right, so, live stuff on this side, do not touch. And less dangerous stuff on this side. So that should be okay. So let's just wedge that back in again. What the hell did I do with the screws for this? Ah, what? I put them down somewhere. Okay. So, I put them somewhere safe. Oh, what? Seriously? Put things down somewhere safe so you don't lose him, and at which point you probably lose him. Right, let me just pause for this. Okay, found them. Knew I put them somewhere safe. So it's got a bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just got a bunch of screws to stick in here. Not going to show that, so let's just pull. Okay, the back in screwed back bits, which is so screwed in 6 screws, which has got some earth bits on there, so obviously it doesn't make the side live. Plugged a 3-pin sort of kettle type lead in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it on just to see what sounds it makes, if any, because I have no idea. Everything looks okay, and I'm just going to keep well back whilst I turn this on, just in case any bad shit happens. Well, nothing bad seems to have happened at the moment, and I've still got the lights and stuff on. So what I should be able to do, whoops, is carefully measure some voltages. So let's just take, whoops, let's turn it off for a second. So we've got our voltmeter here. I think obviously the black on the Molex connectors. So black is 0. Oops. Let's just stick this where I can see it a bit more. I'm not going to stick my ears too close to this. So that should be okay. So we should have, I think, the black is 0. The orange is +5. The yellow is +12. The green, somewhere around here, where's that? Green over here, should be -12. And the blue, which is hiding over here somewhere, should be -5. So let's have a look. So let's find the ground. Where's ground? The black one gone. Oh, on this side. Okay. So should be able to get black there, and then let's start with what do we have? Yellow. Yellow's over there, so it should be +12. So nope, that's -5. Okay, so God knows what I'm looking at here. Well, that's -5. Let's try the one next to it. Oh, that one's -12. So it must be the green one's -12. What's this one here? That's +12. What's plus 12? Okay, that's according to that is yellow. And then over here, we should have 5 plus 5. So that's 5.4. Obviously, it's slightly higher because obviously there's no loading on this. So that actually works. Oh, bugger. So let me just try this again. Divisor is off camera. Right, let's try that again. So, okay, the yellow one's in the middle. So what we've got? Blue, green, yellow, orange. So, blue, green, yellow, orange. So according to this, blue should be -5. So that's the blues -5. The green should be, where's green? Green, -12. So green should be -12. Yeah, close enough, -12. Which means the yellow's over here. So it should be +12. Yellow +12. Which leaves us this one over here as +5, which will be orange. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I keep moving out of sight here. So it's not really got much to hold us on to. So it looks like our power supply actually works and nothing went fizzle, nothing went bang. So that's good in my book. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's just turn that. Ooh, that fizzled slightly. Let's make sure that's okay. Could be where the connect was 0. Lost it here. Let's make sure nothing weird's happening here. So let's just try sync. -12, -5, +5, and that should be +12. Okay, that's cool. So let's just switch it off a little bit. Okay, it's probably where I've just held it slightly and there's a bit of voltage going across. We had a bit of fizzle. Right, that's cool. Right, so let me just, what am I doing? I'm going to try and force this connector thing back in here. I took a lot of effort to get it out. Where's my pliers? I have no idea where pliers are. No idea where everything is. Oh, there's pliers. It's probably not going to be very good for squeezing it, but who knows? Who cares? Right, let's just pause that. Well, never mind weird tools. I actually just ended up forcing it back in there, and that worked. So, what I should be able to do is stick the lid back on. Oops, what just fell down? Well, cable. Right, just need to remove the little bits of where I drill it out. These little grommet things, because they're not going to be used anymore. So let me just pause this. Right, so we've got our Apple II computer. Probably need to dust it off quite a bit more than it is, but I'll do that at another point. We'll see if it actually works first, and then we'll do any other bits to clean it up. So we've got our power supply, which is fixed. So we should go back in this way. And then it should be a case of, that is actually a tight fit to actually get the Molex connector back, but that should be the right way round. Anyway. So what I should be able to do at this point is, funny it says 115 volts, but it's been converted. So this is going to be the next awkward bit, is need a screw. Let's go find one. See if we can get at least the first one in. Oop, moved. Right, should be fun. Actually, I know what. Let's go for underneath, because I should. Find where the first. Oh, damn it! This first hole. Okay, it's about an inch underneath there. So. Actually get it to line up the hole. I can actually get the first screw sort of in. Somewhere around here. Is it? Nope. Don't. The easy way of doing this. Actually. Let's do it up this way instead. Might be. Whoop. Yes, don't just rattle. Right, just a bit of a faff around on the camera. It's embarrassing. Okay, turns out the easiest way of doing this was to just get it up on its end and then just, whoops, can't see it here, and then just line up, find out where the holes were by holding a power supply and then just screw it in. So I should have sorted that earlier, but never mind. Anyway, it is in. So that is in. Now it's a case of, okay, that's directional. Just need to get some light. Straight round as I go. Okay, so it looks like we should be that way round. Hopefully we can just get the connector back in again as it's tight. Oh. Don't have a lot of give on this. Come on. Is that in? Okay, didn't actually hear it click, but it seems to be in. Okay, so we're in, which means so what's that TV modulator thing? God knows where that plugged. I have no idea where that plugged in. All right, so that, okay, so that plugged in somewhere as TV modulator, but I'm not using the TV modulator because I haven't got TV that supports this. Right, so if that's the case, I should. Where's my power cable? I have no idea what sounds these make when they turn on. Oh, that's not a power cable. Lost it. Oh, there is a power cable. So what I should be able to do this. Okay, speaker's plugged in, which is over under there somewhere, and which way is the power? It's up, so it should be this way up. This cable's a little bit shorter than I thought. Not sure what sounds these are meant to make on turn on, but I haven't got display plugged in. Oh, where's it gone? Lost it. Come on. Oh, there it is. So that's in, and I guess next step. Let's just have a quick look over here. Everything sort of looks okay. I'm just looking around at things. What have we got? Where's the CPU? Oh, 6502. Okay, so we've got 65. Oh yes, there's 6502 there. Whoops, can see that. Sensor less. Oh, that's great. It's got actually all the logic chips and stuff printed. So we've got the Sensor LS153s, whatever they are. RAM. Some more Sensor LS04s. Whatever. ROM, another Sensor LS139 over there, 8T97, whatever that does, Sensor LS08. So this is just some quite a lot of basic logic chips. 8228, I have no idea what that is. It's a bit, and there's an empty socket over there. Oh, so it says game over there. Oh, that means anyway. Without further ado, let's just see if this makes a sound. So I believe it should make a sound on turn on, and then we'll see if this. Whoops, I think we can't see it there. power light. So we've got power over here. So let's just see if this does anything. Power, and without further ado, silence. That did not go where I was expecting. So power supply is working. So possibly something else on here is not. So this looks like it's going to take some further work. So yeah, no beeps on turn on. I think it's meant to beep on turn on, but nothing. Total silence. Great. Okay, we'll leave that. So this is another one to come back to and visit. Okay, so power supply works and nothing else does. Just make sure. Okay, so connectors in okay, and yeah, nothing. Although saying that, if the speaker's not working properly, then possibly it won't work at all. Or it won't actually make any sounds. Okay, we'll leave it like that for the moment.